Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
Recording. Okay. And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. I'm sorry Mama Rush can't be here today, but if this is your first time tuning in, I'm actor Brandon Rush. I've been in 80 plus television shows and films, speaking in specifically 52 of them. And I launched the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with my mom, Mama Rush, who is a pharmaceuticals sales rep. We've done 168 episodes. Today will be 169 with Ned, I believe, Chupin is how he pronounces his last name. Today will be our 169th episode. We are in 108 countries, 1,220 cities around the world. We're on 6 continents, and we actually reached that a while ago, but I'm super excited about that. And we continue to have amazing people from all around the world with different walks of life. I've had actors, directors, producers, casting directors, casting associates on here, casting assistants in my movie business. I think I said producers and writers as well, but I just want to make sure I said that. We've had CEOs of companies. We've had small business owners. We have had military, veterans, medical staff on here, doctors, nurses. We've had cancer specialists. We've had people on here that are currently even battling cancer that have been kind enough to come on here and share their story and their journey. And I believe we've had teachers and college students on here as well, talking about how they were able to afford colleges. One of the reasons I started this podcast was to help teach the youth and give everyone an opportunity to tell their stories. I know that when I was traveling around the world with acting, I was always meeting people in airports. And so through my travels of working in New York, Los Angeles, London, Mexico, Atlanta, California, Chicago, Pennsylvania, New Orleans, Atlanta, and Miami, I was always meeting different people while on the plane. And I always found it fascinating hearing about those people's journeys as I was going to work. So I thought, what better than opportunity to have these people come on and share their story and hopefully educate the youth as well during that process. So with that being said, if you're ever interested in being on this podcast, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Brandon Rush with 2 H's or the Buckle Up Podcast one. Someone from our team will get back to you. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Amazon Music, YouTube, TikTok, pretty much, and I think 12 other directors. So you're always welcome to reach out to me if you would like to be on the podcast. As said, I love meeting people from all different walks of life. So if your story you think might be one would be great to share, we would absolutely love to hear it here on the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. With that being said, we're getting ready to welcome Neb Chupin, I believe is how he pronounces his name. Just make sure I had that right. And I believe Neb is here now. Neb, sorry for butchering your name, man. I'm not the best at it. All right, here we go. Admit. Neb, how are you doing, my friend?
Brandon, I'm great. Good to see
Pleasure
you
to
again.
good to see you as well, Neb. Pleasure to meet you, my friend. How's your day going?
My day is awesome. I went to the beach, I went to the gym, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, I like to hear that. Neb, before we get into your story, Neb, where are you originally from?
Originally from Croatia.
Okay, would you tell me about, would you mind, we'll kind of start from here, because we're recording, going into your story of growing up in Croatia and how you kind of got to where you are today.
Well, you know what? I was growing up in a very secure and I would say socialist communism country that used to be Yugoslavia.
Mhm.
It was very safe, I would say, government run country, but it was very boring. You know,
Okay.
you could only have one of the 6 jobs. You could be accountant, you could be a lawyer, a doctor, economist, or there was no really. So I was watching. We only had 3 channels,
Okay.
and there was this series called The Dynasty.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
what That's like Dynasty's the one with Dallas, right? Is that the
Dallas.
right
This
one?
is this is just before Dallas,
Okay.
Texas.
Okay.
And it's this huge mansion in Texas, always sunny and it's beautiful, you know, intriguing. All I was dreaming. This is the first time that I wanted to be there.
Really?
Yeah. but this was just a dream that did not even think it's possible because you're in some country stuck far away, and this is just a dream. It's
Yeah.
not even a dream. It's something that you like, but you admire how they have maids and they live in mansion and Mr. Carrington and Blake Carrington, and it was this was the beginning of me sort of dreaming about Hollywood.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's you pick up. It was good to be in sports.
Okay.
I picked rowing, so
Oh, wow.
I was in the crew team. I even went to be into a national team.
Oh, wow.
So I learned how to be disciplined, how to have working habits because you have to train hard. I didn't make it to Olympics, but I did make it to a couple of world championships,
Okay.
and I was in the Olympic team, but then it didn't make us. I mean, 1984 LA, I was supposed to go, but we couldn't make the norm.
Okay.
Anyways, that was my first try to go to United States
Yeah.
in 1984. Then I went to the army, came back and continued my studies in mechanical engineering.
Holy smokes! Wow, you live quite the life there, Neb. I did pronounce it right, Neb, right?
Neb, yes.
Okay, Neb. So you served in the military too. Would you mind kind of talking to us a little bit about being in the military, or like in Croatia? Is it mandatory, or is it something that you like? I don't. In America, you can. It's not volunteer, but basically you go and register as something you want to do. If that makes sense.
At that time was voluntary.
Okay.
We were Yugoslavia. We were a communist socialist country. You had to be in the army for 1 year. There was no
Okay.
way you could, and actually makes you the man. I mean, it makes you, they kind of break your confidence to tell you the
Okay.
truth in the beginning. But you learn to listen. So you're like there to listen, to be a slave, for 1 year.
Oh yeah.
Maybe only 6 months, and then after 6 months, you get the position, and then you're just waiting to finish. So
Okay.
it wasn't that bad. I think it was pretty good for us, giving you a little bit more of a discipline, more of a I don't know. That's what it was. But now that we don't have that in Croatia, Croatia is part of EU. It's a capitalist country. It's a Western country now, and we have volunteers going to army.
Okay.
It's not obligation anymore.
All right. And then, Neb, one more question to ask you, too, because it came to my mind when you were speaking there. With you having the discipline from being the athlete that was rowing and then
Yeah.
going into did that help you think whenever you went into the military? Do you think that kind of, I guess, physically and mentally had you prepared? Because if you're already in that athlete mentality, do you think that helped much? I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, of course it helped me. And it wasn't like a lot of kids were crying. They really had a hard time.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, oh, just another waking up in the morning and doing what they say to do.
Okay.
But I was also in the Olympic team, so after 3 months, they sent me, and I was lucky to get a nice position to be a driver to big commander.
Okay.
So I had kind of a good time after that. I had it well.
Okay. And so you said from there you went into mechanical engineering. Yeah, keep with your story. You're doing
Yeah,
good.
so it was mechanical engineering. I was the third year when me and my friend we heard they're giving scholarships in America, and one friend told us he went for trials, and they offered him a scholarship. And me and my friend Marco, we were like, "Hey, if he could get it, we could get it too because we were just as good." So we didn't want it to call, so we just decided to go.
Really?
So we went to Boston and, and we just landed there and started calling these coaches, right?
Yeah.
And one of the coaches from MIT offered us to be at his place for 5 days. Then we went on and on. We got to know people. There's a company called the Gentle Giant Moving Company. The
Okay.
Irish guy who used to be a rower, he only hires athletes and
Okay.
rowers. So we joined his company. We were moving people, moving furniture. That was not that difficult for us. So this is how you know, uh, this is how I started in the United States, and then I got accepted in one of the colleges, and then it was great. I was in the program.
Okay.
I finished this, mechanical engineering. I started working as an engineer, and then I quit rowing because there was no money there. I had to make living. You have to like these days, immigrants come and they get it all paid for. In
Yeah.
my days, if you don't pay the rent, you're out.
Yeah. Can I
It's
imagine?
like you have to pay the rent, you have to make money. You
Mhm.
basically always have to have a job.
Yeah.
I think it's great because you have a job, you're busy. You don't get to think about stupid things.
Yeah. Well, they said an idle mind is the devil's workshop, is a saying I heard once, which is kind of what you mean by like if you're not busy, that can kind of get you messed up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not busy, you have money, you start doing sometimes bad things.
Yeah.
I could imagine why these people that have it all on a silver platter, they make problems.
Yeah.
But if they're busy because they're going to be kicked out of the apartment or because they have nothing to eat, they're going to be busy working. And I'm here in Miami, rented a place, and there are three buildings being built at the same time, and I see a lot of workers working.
Yeah.
They're actually hardworking men.
Or
And I'm not complaining that I rented a place that has construction. I actually admire these people watching. It's like these guys are working 12-hour days.
yeah.
They're supporting their families. They're working hard. This is how America was made.
Amen. Amen. Preach,
Yeah.
brother. So before moving to Los Angeles, you worked on I have some notes here. You worked on Bad Boys 2 as an extra and stand-in. Oh, for Michael Shannon. What
Yeah.
did that I worked as a stand-in too for a while. What did that experience teach you about the film industry early on? I was stand-in for Lawrence Fishburne, so
Oh, you
I know all about stand-in, but tell us about that from your experience.
Yes, I moved to Miami when I quit engineering, and I wanted to do this career here. I had a small place, that's why I moved here. I should have moved to LA right away. That was a mistake because here people just go out. They don't really. There's nothing going on here as far
Yeah,
as.
no industry stuff.
And I did some modeling, but it was really hard to get any jobs. And I did get this job for. I was a double, I was a stand-in, and I was an extra. So
Mhm.
not an actor, but I actually was able to see how the big production is made. There was a huge production. I was stand-in for Michael Mann. So you know how they fix cameras. They don't fix cameras on stars. So
Yes, sir.
they have stand-ins. So say, okay, you guys out. It's like, okay, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Michael Shannon, you out, and now stand-ins come. So I come with
Absolutely.
him. I had the long hair at the time. I still have it now. Uh,
Okay, nice.
so I had the long hair. He had the long hair at the same time. So I was a good stand-in for him because we're the same posture. And then working as a double, I um, I was actually driving one of the speedboats.
Oh, really?
If you look at it far away, the guys who's driving the speedboat and the hair is like kind of in the back.
Yeah.
That was, but you cannot see my face so
Oh,
far.
that's all right though.
So that was my first experience in big production, but I could really had. Then I did a small film here in Miami. I got the first taste of a small film that was indie. Didn't really not go anywhere because we didn't have stars. The director just quit, I guess. So then I decided to move to LA. And when I moved to LA in 2013, within 5 years I already had 20 movies.
Holy
That's
smokes.
that's what it means to move to the place. What's what actually if you want to go to. So when I came to like this is it. LA is the city used to be, and now I'm sure too, is the city for actors.
Absolutely.
You want to be an actor, you go to LA, and then the opportunities will open up.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, Neb, it's interesting. So I see that around 2013, that's when things started picking up for you. That's the same year things started picking up for me in LA too.
Oh yeah, you came to LA at the same time?
I came to LA in 2008, but it was a grind for the first couple of years. But then I started doing showcases, and that's how I got seen by casting directors. And then from 2013 on, I haven't stopped working since 2013.
You mentioned 2008. I came first time to LA 2008 too.
Okay.
And I was there only 6 months and I took acting classes, but then I went back to Miami. So,
Okay.
um,
So, Neb, those first 20, those first 20 films that you did, what kind of changed for you when you got into LA and getting involved in those films? Kind of take us through that process of you kind of breaking into film, if you'd like.
I went to a lot of auditions, and it was really hard for me to get. They say that you need to go to 100 audition to get to get a role. So after about 20, 30 auditions, I started thinking about making my own films.
Okay.
And then I teamed up with a buddy of mine who already has, and we decided to make a short film. I think for every actor, it's nowadays, every actor I meet, they have their own projects.
Yeah.
And nowadays is different. You really have to have your own projects to be busy. You cannot just rely on somebody hiring you.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to now, these days, you have to have a lot of followers. You really have to have a good
Exactly.
social media account.
Yeah.
It has changed. So basically, I started making films. The first short film was Final Stop, and I was actually a worried father whose kid got kidnapped.
Oh, wow.
And there was, I wasn't able to save her because she got kidnapped and she got sold, my daughter.
Okay.
I did, kill a few guys on the way. There was a dirty cop there who was in it in the deal with them. But what my friend, the director Bobby, and I wanted to do is we wanted to just talk about more about this human trafficking
Yeah.
that it's taking a lot of, it's too much. And when you look at the statistics after watching this film, Final Stop, it's just horrible how many people disappear, especially kids. So we wanted to just raise the awareness of
Absolutely.
that. So this is my first project. By the way, and then when people saw my reel from that project, I got casted again and again and again as a worried father. So
Okay.
for a long time, I was a worried father and a worried guy. I wanted to go into drama because that's the hardest part of being an actor. So I
Absolutely.
kept taking classes at Anthony Mandel's workshop, and he became it. Now he's one of the top acting coaches
Coaches.
in LA. But when I started 2008, he was not that popular, but I recognized his style and I learned a lot from him and from his classes. So I worked a lot on my drama. I'm also a martial artist, so
Oh,
but
really?
didn't maybe I should have gone in that direction,
Okay.
but I didn't. I went in the direction of actually acting drama.
Hmm.
And then I met producers of John Travolta. Then I got involved with him for two movies, which was Poison Rose and Fanatic.
Okay.
And then there were like a lot of small projects. A lot of times I don't have work. I would take any role
Yeah.
so that I don't lose
That's still.
my skills. So I just picked up a lot of small projects, and tried to like there was a project I had to be a Russian guy. So I learned Russian
Oh, wow.
in this film with Dolph Lundgren and
Really?
yeah, in Natalie Byrne called Acceleration. And
Okay.
this is a 1 minute scene. It's on my Instagram. That is actually beautiful. A lot of Russian people say that I sound like Russian, although it's a much different language than Croatian.
Hmm.
But still, I learned it. And I had so much fun learning Russian and trying to be a Russian guy, tough Russian guy who, you know, it's one beautiful 1 minute scene that I loved it. And those kind of roles that I was getting on, and then I got in Mind Cage with Martin Lawrence and John Malkovich.
Okay.
It's a thriller that became very popular now, uh, you know. And then I started working on my own projects
Yeah.
as I matured. And I had this script for a long time I wanted to do. I started 2018 called The Islander. It's
Okay.
basically how I how I grew up with my grandfather. And I made this film, but we couldn't really make it in 1 year. It took us 8 years.
Okay.
So we released it last year. It's beautiful, big action film called The Storm Rider,
Yeah.
Legend of Hammerhead. I don't know if you've been there on the premiere.
So I wasn't able to make it because I was in New York at the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, please go into it. I did have one question. Actually, please go into that. Would you please go all into Storm Rider? Because that was actually my next question. You took us right into it.
Yeah, Storm Rider was the film that it became my life project. I thought
Yeah.
it would be 1 or 2 years, but we had so many problems on the set because you were involved with these boats that you have to bolt things on them. It's not like it's a regular military boat that you have to make them into like Mad Max looking boats.
Yeah.
So we rented three of those boats and it was really expensive. And then we had to race them on the water. So we did everything in Croatia. We raced them in all kinds of different weather. We couldn't stop. And we finished. We had to go back 2 years later, and then we had to go back another 2 years later. And then there was so much VFX and CGI that we wanted to complete this film,
Mm-hmm.
pushed us in release in 2026.
Okay.
Unfortunately, by the time where AI was already big and popular, and this year, when we released it this March, a lot of other movies got released. So
Yeah.
although we have really great IMDb score and people love our film, every week there's another blockbuster
Yeah.
with stars, A stars. So we kind of did. We're still under the radar with that film, but we're slowly growing our fan base.
Okay.
So the film is very expensive and it's a lot of quality and gives some really good messages.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People wanted to find out like the couple wanted to find the couple. There are a few stories. They're
Yeah.
in love with,
Tell us, Neb.
they're in love with each other. They want to be together, but also they want to find out who is ruling their world.
Yeah.
Sort of what's happening now. We want to find out who is ruling with our world. So they find out at the end of the film. They
Okay.
break through the storm, and he finds out what's going on. He reveals the truth. Once he breaks through the storm, he realizes what's going on. So that was basically one big message from the film. Another message is it's a relationship with grandfather. It's a family tree story.
Okay.
Grandfather, father, and grandson, and their relationships, how they they're different from each other, but when it came down to breaking through the storm, everybody helped and they got together and they went through. So
Absolutely.
there are a couple of stories intertwined. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't want to reveal too much, but
Yeah. That's good.
there's an
Good.
element that makes you immortal. So you know the main villain who is ruling the world, he's on this element. He looks 30 years old, but he's actually 300 years old.
Oh, holy smokes. Okay.
So he's trying to get to these islands and trying to dig the element out, but he doesn't know where this element is, so he's going crazy. And he's making all these races so that he can get people out of their islands so he can go and drill their islands. But at the end, he finds out which island has the most element, but it was too late.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that this interesting. It's the film is on Amazon called
Okay.
Legend of Storm Rider, Legend of Hammerhead. It's in my opinion, it's first of all, I put my life in it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, is really, really, really great film. Especially last 40 minutes, it's like so pumped up. It's a great ride.
Okay. I can't wait to watch it, Neb. And Neb, I had a question. I think I heard you say kind of related to you and your grandfather. Did I hear that correctly, or was I wrong about
Yeah,
that?
yes. I grew up with my grandfather when I was a kid a lot. So I wanted to put that on the screen. I wanted to show people how I grew up in Croatia on the island with figs, olives, and all these Mediterranean trees around. And, how I live there, how beautiful it is. So I wanted to show it on the screen.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neb, if you don't mind me asking this about, could you tell me a little bit about your grandfather, if you wouldn't mind? I figured it'd be nice to kind of touch on that, like you and your grandfather's relationship, maybe.
He was the man who was always happy. always positive, and he always wanted to. He was a giver, a giving
Yeah.
man. He had 5 kids, all my uncles and aunties. Anytime they would come to him, they would just take from him. He had almonds, figs, olive oil, wine, brandy. He was making all of this, right? And they would just take away, like they would come and, oh, Dad, do you have some olive oil? Yes, I do. Yes, here is 5 liters. Oh, do you have almonds? Yes, I do. Do you have dried figs? Yes, you have fig jam. Yes. So I felt sorry for him. So whenever he had to go to the field and
Hmm.
tend his crops, I would go and help him out.
Yeah.
So that was my relationship with him. So I dedicated that film to him
Amen.
because first half an hour it's really kids and grandfather. And it's a beautiful
Yeah.
relationship.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Neb. My grandfather, myself, when my grandfather was alive, he was Korean War veteran, but he also was a bishop of the church. So my parents would send me. I'm from Virginia, but my parents would send me down to Denmark, South Carolina, and I'd spend summers with my grandparents. But I would go with my grandfather to travel to see the sick, to go to see people in prison, and just travel around with him to different people. And then he also took us around the country. So I think that's really special that you had that relationship with your grandfather, because I can relate to that.
You can
Just spending
relate to
time with
that?
my
Yes.
yes, sir, absolutely,
I think a lot of parents are too busy with their kids.
yeah,
So the grandfathers are like this special that they fulfill this time that kids needed, right?
absolutely,
Yeah. And they never actually are bad to you. Parents
yeah.
parents have to be bad to you. Sometimes you because you're a bad kid. Sometimes you do. Uh, but grandparents, they're never bad. They always love you.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's like you can get away with stuff you can't get away with the parents sometimes, with the grandparents. And it's funny.
Yeah.
I have some of my friends now that have kids. They're going through the same cycle now, where the grandparents all like the nice one, and then it's just basically so. One of my friends, his dad, now watches over his children, and like he's like the best grandpa, and then now he's the one that's strict with the kids. So it's like that cycle of it's a good thing
Yeah.
basically, but that's how grandparents are always soft on kids. Let's see here. After I'm gonna make sure this question. Sorry. After all those years, you finally showed the film to a full audience at Cannes in
Yes.
2025, and you heard the audience applauding during the screening. What did that moment make you feel like during that time? Take us through that in Cannes and all that for you.
Yeah, I come to Cannes. First of all, uh, we didn't get to any film festival. Maybe because we look too big for an indie. I don't know why. Uh, so we come to Cannes to screen the film, and I'm there alone with a couple of my friends. And to tell you the truth, is like first 2 days I wanted to turn around and go back to Croatia
Oh
because
wow.
everybody has the film.
Yeah.
It's like hundreds of thousands of films, and then you get discouraged. You're like, why is my film different? But somehow, little by little, uh, I got into some events a day before, and then I had a few people helping me,
Hmm.
getting people in, and filling the theater to the point where I had to change the theater from 40 seats to 120 seats. I got so much interest just because the posters look so beautiful and
Yeah.
because I had a few friends working on getting people in,
Hmm.
and they really showed up. I was surprised that we had a full theater, and I couldn't believe that they really loved the film because I couldn't really relax. I was in the back looking who is watching
Yeah.
and who is not watching,
Yeah.
and everybody was staring.
Yeah.
And we got 4 applauses. So the film starts with narration that is pretty long. It's about 1.5 minutes of narration explaining the world, and we got an applause there. And
Wow.
then after that, at the end, when he breaks through the storm, we get an applause. And then after he breaks the storm, there is another moment of happiness.
Hmm.
That's the third time, and then the fourth time we got of course, when the movie was finished. And now the credits started to go. And I'm like nervous and like, oh, when is the lights are gonna go up? The credits already nobody wants to watch, but everybody watched 3 minutes of credits all the way to the end.
Right.
And then everybody's still waiting, nobody's leaving the room. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized that they wanted me to come and talk and to give them
Q&A.
yeah. I mean, the audience asked me to come down. They turned on the lights, and I came down to questions and answers. And I will have pictures and videos of that. It's and people are asking me questions. How is it possible? There were about 12 students from the New York art school,
Okay.
and there were a lot of young people and producers, older, all kinds of different people from the industry. They wanted to find out how did we do this film.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I realized I have something special,
Hmm.
and that it really is worth showing it in theaters because this is where you can really get immersed into this world. When you
Absolutely.
have a big screen, you feel like you're part of it. And we build this world that it's different, dystopian world.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why I decided to go for theatrical release
Absolutely.
next year, whenever we were ready. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Neb, I'm happy for you. Two, that shows the resilience that you have and the people that believe in you and your whole entire team and everyone that worked on the project to see it through to the end. And I also love that you said that even though you felt discouraged at a couple points in there while you were at Cannes, you pushed through that wall of fear.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what,
Yeah.
we're going to make this work. So I absolutely love that. Question I had here is: you spent 8 years fighting for Storm Rider, but then a one-day acting job on Citizen Vigilante suddenly brought you major recognition. What did that teach you about how unpredictable this business can be?
First of all, I thought with my film, people would recognize, and I would get one step higher
Hmm.
as a producer, as an actor as well. But I realized that there's so many other projects.
Yeah.
That every week there's another blockbuster. There are so many movies. Why would they watch mine? I mean, because it's just everybody's bombarded with so many information, so much information. So that was a big disappointment for me. And Citizen Vigilante came at the same time when I was disappointed with this film, with my film that I worked for 8 years.
Oh wow.
There's some film that was filmed in my country, in my city, that they asked me, "Hey, do you have any Hollywood actors in Zagreb, Croatia?" I said, "Yeah, we know Neb. He's there."
Yeah.
And that was and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So what is it? It's like a SWAT leader. Okay, I'll do it. It was one day.
Yeah.
And for me, it looked like, okay, I did it. It was great. I had fun. Uh, it was a one day work. And I had no idea that small little film of maybe 100,000, 200,000 versus mine of 8 million, 8 years, and that film of one day. With this film with one day, all of a sudden this film exploded because Elon
Brilliant.
Musk put it on X, and it's very controversial. We did
Yeah.
not know really what the film was about.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. We found out when we watched it. But that shows that the film industry is so unpredictable
Absolutely.
and it's so volatile and it's very harsh.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's
Not for the faint at heart.
yeah, it can really destroy you. I mean, that was pleasant.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my IMDb score jumped really, really high. Uh, I wish I had a better role, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm part of the big movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
And
that was a pleasant surprise. You're right.
and then you never know, Neb. At like I met director J.J. Abrams one time randomly at a restaurant, and he remember him asked me if I had my demo reel on me. And the thing about that is, you never know who in this business who's watching something. So even with your film, it could become a cult classic instantly. It just there's different
Could
times.
take
It
two
happens
years.
all over the time. So this business being volatile, things happen all the time. Where it's just that we all waiting for the what they call it overnight success, but it takes 10 years to get to that overnight success.
8 years to get the film, and I thought I'm done. But
Yeah,
no, I'm not done. Now I have to build a fan base. I'm building some stories. I'm trying to bring the awareness through so many different ways. And I realize I have another 8 years coming.
yeah. Well, hey, that's all right, Neb. 8 years that you're going to continue to grow. Well, good news, Neb. Our podcast, I think I sent you this, in 108 countries. We've been downloaded in 108 countries, and we've been downloaded in 1,211 cities around the world, and we're in all 6 continents. So we're doing pretty good. So I'm going to make sure to get you a lot of exposure here to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Neb, there's a few more, there's a couple of questions I want to ask within this. You also played, is it Dr. Leosh in Mind Cage alongside John Malkovich and Martin Lawrence? What did you learn working with actors that have been on that level for so long?
I worked with John Malkovich. He's amazingly dedicated actor.
Yeah.
Um, he came to the room with this wig that he bought himself,
Mm.
and he brought it from Germany for like 20 grand.
Wow.
Telling you how much he dedicated himself to this role of an artist, or basically a guy who is orchestrating all this behind the scenes from the jail. He's in the jail, he's orchestrating all these killings from the jail, and nobody knows.
Yeah.
And how he prepared himself. He gave me a few tips when we were together. He's also from my country. He's from Croatia.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, he's from Croatia.
Oh, wow.
His grandparents are from Croatia.
Okay.
So he recently was in my city, and he was granted Croatian citizenship. So he's working now with the government, trying to help. I don't know, they have their own deals. But I had a really good time with him. Also, this film, I was actor number 4, which is pretty high.
Yeah, it is.
And the whole film ends on me.
Really?
Basically, what happened is John Malkovich in that film, when he draws somebody, he gets into somebody's body, and then he can do whatever he wants with his body. So he drew up Martin Lawrence, who was a detective, and he made him kill people.
Oh, wow.
But the other detective, the female main lead, she figured things out. And at the end of the movie, he got into me. And I'm sitting on the bench, and she comes to me and she says, "Hello, Dr. Loesch." And then I'm talking his voice.
Okay.
So I'm opening my mouth, and John Malkovich's voice is coming out.
Hmm.
She knows she's speaking to him. I'm just being used as
Puppet almost.
as a figure. And I'm obviously, when I woke up, I was like, "What the hell happened?" So the film finished, but he came into me, and what the challenge was is they handed me his tape. Okay, you have to open the mouth the same way he talks, and they gave me like 3 or 4 pages. You have 1 hour to do it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, couldn't you give it to me earlier? I mean, I knew I had to do that before. So I kept learning and learning and learning and learning. And when the time came, I got it right on the spot.
Yeah.
So you see, there's the acting and everything perfectly opening mouth, because in 2022 there was no AI.
Yeah.
And I was able to nail it. And I'm so proud of that. And then I put it on Instagram. It's on my Instagram. It says end of the film, Mind Cage, Dr.
Okay.
And you can see there how I acted him. Basically, she told him, "You remember that, poison that you were killing people? I put it on your pencil that you chew on all the time." And he's like, "What?" And he's dying. And as he is dying, I'm waking up and the film is finished. So, in all this conversation between the detective and John Malkovich was actually me talking. was on that bench.
Wow.
So I'm pretty proud of that role. Pretty much, yeah. That was pretty cool.
Neb, I'm proud of you too. The anxiety I had when you said I've never been given 3 pages. I've been given 2 pages right before and had to memorize. My first movie, Green Hornet, I had to do that. But I don't think people realize how difficult that is. What you had to do, given that dialogue in such a short amount of time to learn it, and
And
then
open the mouth.
yeah,
Like there, it's not like just keep talking. You have to say it in his way.
hmm
And if people have time to go to Neb Chupin Instagram and look at this end of the scene mind cage, they can see how I was able to mimic his opening of his mouth, like the way how he was talking, and basically acting at the same time.
yeah,
It's like, oh, really? Oh, you're bluffing. It's like when she said, that poison. It's like, no, you're bluffing. So it was both acting and learning when to say what words with,
yeah.
you know. Yeah, that was tough. I'm not really a great guy at memorizing, I have to admit, but uh, when you were under the pressure, you guess, I guess you do it.
Yeah, I know that's right, Nev. I know that's right. Let's hear. You said that I've read one of the articles. You said that even when you've hired strictly as an actor, the producer in you tends to start solving problems behind the scenes. That was an article I read. Can you ever completely turn your brain off from being able to do both, or how does that work for you? From both being an actor and producer at the same time?
Um, I'm always trying to be a producer as much. I never, if I'm hired as an actor, I'm trying to get the full picture.
Okay.
But also, I don't want to step on somebody's toes. But when somebody asks me for help, and if I need to unite the actors because they're getting I know what it takes to get all the actors at the same time to one location. It's impossible. It's
Yeah.
so hard. And then they started to complain, and all of a sudden you can have a disaster.
Yeah.
And this did happen in our film because they stopped us for COVID for 3 days, so we lost a lot of money. I mean, producers they lost a lot of money because every day is a couple 100,000. But then they resolved it, and they also asked me if I can help with the crane.
hmm
They wanted to show because my director was a friend,
Yeah.
uh, and he asked me if I can help him with this a specific shot. So I said yes, sure, I'll do that. So I helped him out getting the crane. So I'm very good at producing, at doing business, and then maybe even investing some money just so that the film gets perfect.
Okay.
So
Now,
those are the situations that I was in as.
absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Neb. I'm going to ask you a few questions on being an international filmmaker. So your career is taking you between Croatia, Europe, and the United States. How important do you think international collaboration is becoming in modern filmmaking today?
It's I think it's everywhere. Ever since I know actors were coming to Europe to act and to film. I happened to be on both places and flying from one place to another just because I live in both places at the same time. So uh, I mean, it's impossible to avoid it.
Yeah,
Like a lot of actors I know, they fly all the time across the ocean overseas, especially between Europe and America.
yeah,
It's very common. Mhm.
absolutely.
Have you traveled?
Yeah, Neb. So I've worked all over the United States. The amount of times I've gone work from LA to New York has been a lot. And then I just started in London last September.
Yeah.
So I finally broke into London, hoping to break more into the Europe scene because I'd love to. Like I love working overseas. I always love. I have so many friends from different parts of the world. It's one of those things I'm hoping to do more of as my career continues. So far, America worked all over America, and then London now. So I have Mexico too. Sorry.
All right.
So yeah, we're doing all right. You gotta keep chiseling away at it.
Yeah, I haven't filmed in Asia yet, but that's on the other side of this.
Hey, you will, Neb. You will. I believe it.
You know, it's fine. I don't
Uh,
know.
um, all right, one more question to ask you about this one thing here internationally. One of the things you intentionally showcased in Storm Rider was the Croatian coastline and the place where you grew up. How important is it for you to bring the Croatia to an international audience?
Well, that's what I wanted to do from the beginning.
Yeah,
I wanted to show where I grew up, and we do get a lot of tourists to our country.
yeah.
And I remember that after Cannes Film Festival, after I showed the film, people were messaging me and say, "Hey, we came to Croatia to see the coast.
Oh
Your
wow! All
government
right.
your government should thank you." So they did. Like three guys. They were watching in Cannes. They're from they're from there.
Yeah.
They're from French coast,
Okay.
and they came to Croatia just because they saw the film. They wanted
Wow.
to see that in person. So that was a big reward for me for what I
Absolutely.
wanted to do.
I'm glad you did that, Neb. Two quotes that I saw you do before I get into the lightning round. There are two quotes in some articles I looked up about you. You said something like, "I never wait for someone to give you permission to begin." What does that mean to you?
What do you mean
Uh,
permission? Okay.
yeah,
I'm just trying to say that you gotta take initiative,
yeah,
and do something on by yourself. Something you start initiative, start. Nobody's gonna hand you the role. I don't know if that was referred to that,
no, it works
but
perfectly.
nobody's gonna hand you anything.
Yeah,
If somebody wants to give you something, they're just pretending that they're gonna give you. They want to take from you.
yeah,
So I'm pretty much saying who wants to have a success, they have to start initiating the projects themselves.
absolutely.
And
I love that. Another thing, a quote of yours that I read was, "Finish what you start." What do you think persistence sometimes separates successful people even more than talent does?
well, talent is great. And I wish I was more talented in singing. I wish I was more talented in so many, but I heard so many times that talent is not enough.
Hmm.
That persistence is that makes things happen. Because if you're persistent, you will get it. You
Amen.
will get it. You will make it, and you will finish. I really wanted to finish this project. I could have just stopped after the first year and say, "Hey, let's not waste time." But I really wanted to finish it, And I don't know if I'm right. If the movie makes it, maybe I was right. But doesn't matter. I mean, I have a I'm I'm very happy inside of myself and content that I finished my project, that I can move on. Because
Absolutely.
if I haven't finished, it would be like part of my life. I just wanted to finish what I start. Somehow I have that inside of me. Maybe because of the army, maybe because of the rowing.
Absolutely. Well, Neb, so this is going to be a lightning round, which is a quick one-off things where it's either going to be this or that with your decision. You've knocked it out of the park today, man. Um, First question: Croatia or Los Angeles?
Oh, shit. They both. I don't
Okay,
know.
that sounds good. Question number two: Acting or producing?
Acting,
Okay. Theater or streaming?
film,
All right. Science or psychological thriller? I mean, excuse me, sci-fi or psychological thriller?
psychological. I have a film that I made called Obsessio, and it's a psycho thriller, and I'm in the main character. It's on Amazon called
Okay.
Obsessio. It's not Obsession, it's Obsessio. It's impeccable acting from me and from Natalie. People should see it. So, Psycho, yes.
Okay, that sounds good. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Movie that I watched the most time, the scenes, is Amadeus.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. A dream actor you'd love to work with? It could be actor or actress. Or if you want to do both of each, you can do both. If you want to separate, it depends on how you want to do it.
I would love to work with Mel Gibson.
Oh, he is great.
Um,
He is great.
yeah, I would love to work with him.
I was
Yeah.
watching those Lethal Weapons, which I still think are two of the best, three of the best, well, four actually. But what him and Danny Glover did, their relationship in those movies, especially the second one when you think he's about to die, like that gets me choked up every time.
Yeah, they were funny guys. They had this funny relationship. It was at the same time comedy
Yeah,
and in serious things.
yeah, it really was. It really was. A dream director you'd like to work with?
Well, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, he'd be amazing.
I
Oh,
really,
one country you haven't filmed in yet, but you would love to.
I would love to film in Cuba,
Okay, nice. I like that.
but now I don't think it's gonna be possible anytime soon.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know, I'm feeling that. AI in filmmaking, exciting or terrifying?
Used to be terrifying, now it's exciting.
Okay. Biggest lesson Hollywood has taught you?
Never trust anyone.
Most important quality in a filmmaker?
Most important?
Yeah, most important quality in a filmmaker. What do you think?
Quality. The most important quality in filmmaking is to finish the project,
Okay.
not the quality, right? And I think it's also important to finish it on time.
Yeah.
If I had finished my film in 2019, I would have no problems.
Yeah.
After 8 years, all my actors were aged and they're saying they're no stars anymore. They used to be stars, but now not. I think time is very important. I think planning in advance and planning and finishing and getting it out. But of course, there has to be quality.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a compromise.
All right, that sounds good. One word that describes, excuse me, one word that describes Stormwriter.
New excitement.
Okay, I think that. If you weren't in filmmaking, if you weren't a filmmaker, what would you be doing, you think? If you weren't in film and acting and all?
I would be, if I'm not a filmmaker, I would not be anything.
Okay. All right, this is second to last question coming up. Success. Success, talent, luck, or persistence? So success for you, talent, luck, or persistence? What do you think it is for you?
It's persistence, but without luck, I think we all need a little bit of luck.
Amen on that.
We really need that luck.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. And then, Neb, this is my final question for you. You've been absolutely phenomenal today. If you could go back and tell your 18-year-old self anything, you can make this as long as you want to. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Go to Los Angeles. Don't stay where you are. Don't go to Boston and study engineering. Don't go to Miami for 10 years and do nothing. Go to LA and work.
Absolutely.
Get your dream, because it was my dream, but I was not sure if I can do it.
Yeah.
I was like going around. Oh, I'm just going to be on the East Coast. Oh, I'm going to Miami. I'm like so afraid to confront what I really had to go.
Yeah.
So my whole career would have been different if I came to LA directly in 2000 when I was 18. It would be a different story.
Absolutely.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, Neb, I just want to say one. I'm going to get your information too. I'm going to have you say your information.
What would you do?
If you mean if I go back to my 18-year-old self, anything?
Yeah.
My thing, Neb, was actually to not be insecure, because I was a very insecure person that never felt comfortable in my skin.
You were all insecure at 18.
No? Yeah, but just for me, I mean, honestly, I tell people it took me until I stripped for Betty White on a TV show to finally gain my confidence. So I worked with Betty White on a TV series called Young and Hungry, and I ended up stripping for her in front of a live audience at CBS Studios. And it ended up, my mom had always told me, Brandon, don't worry about people think. Don't worry about what people think. But when that after I did that, I had so much confidence doing that that I've never looked back since. So for me, it would be Brandon, don't be so insecure. You know, God bless you to look this way. You're in shape. Don't be smaller for other people, because I always was worried about how people view me when
Yeah,
God
we
blessed me
always
to be
felt
beautiful.
like we're not that great, right?
Yeah.
It's like you are that great. You
Amen.
go for it right away. Don't wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
that's
then, oh, sorry, Neb, go ahead. And then you said one more thing. Oh, Neb, the only thing, my mom isn't here today, but one thing she said before I let you go is the fact that uh, you're always right where you're supposed to be. The reason you went to all those places, like instead of looking back about, man, had I gone there earlier, God meant for you to be exactly where you were so you could learn all those life lessons along the way to lead you to where you are. Because something might have come along that had you gone to LA first, it might not have taken you to where you are today. And you're a successful man in my eyes
you're
today.
right. Yeah, you're right. It's
So,
possible.
yeah, man.
God basically gives you the reasons why you have to go through some hard ways.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to be in I'm not trying to be on God's strongest soldier list this year, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
But Neb, what is your you've been phenomenal, brother. What is your social media or anywhere people can find you so that I make sure to have that on here? So
I have Instagram, Neb Chupin.
okay.
That's all. I mean, I'm focusing on Instagram the most. I have Facebook too, but they're both the same.
Okay.
Uh, Instagram is where I spend the most time and showing some of my projects. Uh, I have two other films that are on Prime, which is medieval film called The Last Redemption,
Okay.
where I'm acting Silent Jack. It's a bandit that basically converted to a good guy
Okay.
in order to save the girl because they wanted to kill the girl. She was the witness.
Oh wow.
And they wanted to kill the girl because she witnessed who killed her father, King. It's medieval times. So
Mhm.
we all had swords and knives and we had horses. And interesting enough, the girl is my daughter.
Like your real life daughter?
Yes.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
if you watch The Last Redemption and you see me on the horse and saving her and killing people, is basically my daughter.
Yeah.
So she was with me on the set for a few years,
Oh, amazing.
and she loved it. She
Okay.
loved it. But the film is still trying to make it out, just like Obsessio, which is a great psychological thriller.
Mhm.
I'm acting Mr. McNeilis, who has a successful business in New York, and he hires an assistant and he's obsessed with her.
Okay.
But he's so afraid to tell her how much he loves her that he is always recording her and watching her,
Ooh.
and he's creeping up on her a lot to the point where he even put things in her drink,
Oh
and
wow.
he's not doing some good stuff. And there's some other people in the office that he kills, but you don't know what's going on until the end of the film. And this was one of my best acting work, where I'm the lead together with Natalie Byrne.
Okay.
And this is a great film, Obsessio, psychological thriller. It's interesting because I the director told me for 12 days we were shooting, only 12 days because
Yeah.
we're shooting 12-hour days. Never smile. So in those 12 days, even at night, I shouldn't smile because I was always very, very serious.
Yeah.
I was this psycho, was always serious, but also very vulnerable. When my character saw her, like I'm following her to her house, and I saw her making love with somebody else, you can see him almost crying.
Mhm.
And I think this is where audience feels sorry for him,
Okay.
even though they shouldn't.
Absolutely. Well, Neb, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. And I got to thank Jesse Amundi, too, for introducing me to you. Jesse has just been an amazing person. And from the get go, she's like, you have got to meet Neb. I think she wrote me, maybe even a month ago. She's like, you have to meet Neb. I got to get you guys in contact somehow. So I appreciate Jesse and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on our show. You've been absolutely phenomenal. And hey, we'd love to have you back. You're always welcome to come back anytime, brother.
Yes, I would like to also thank Jesse for introducing us. And basically, Jesse was a pivotal part in Cannes Film Festival when she brought a lot of people. She even did amazing job in putting together one of the best red carpets in LA that we had for Storm Rider. We had two red carpets, not one, two.
Wow.
And even people from bigger stars, when they heard that we have the best red carpet, they came to us. So all of a sudden, we had 800 people. There were lines of people waiting outside Saban Theater
Yeah.
in Beverly Hills trying to get in, and everybody watched the film. So it was a big success. So yeah, thanks to Jesse, we're here.
Absolutely, man. Well, Neb, you be blessed, brother. Look, the sky's the limit. You keep
Thank
doing
you.
your thing, and I look forward to catching you on set one of these days.
Okay,
All right, brother.
looking forward to see you.
Me too, man. Take care, brother. And then Neb, just text me whatever picture you want to use for your podcast station. I'll have it done by tomorrow.
All right, I'll text you.
Sounds good, brother. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. Oops. Neb, you were awesome, man, and I'll catch you soon, brother.